Huffing gasp erect out my mouth. Every breath dazzles over my tunneling vision. There's a drawing curtain of sight. I push past the thudding of my heart and aches welting out of my heels. While my arms click or pop with every swing I raise up, my back tears open as I inhale once more. I further my stride, picking up my bricked feet higher than before. I have got to keep running, even with my eyes blearing out, the light still transcending the dusk, awaiting the moon's arrival. Breathing in spits fiery salt upon my throat, racking my knees together, begging to vomit out the compost sluggish in its motion to drip down my esophagus. No tears beat up around my eyes, even as my body's limits are stretched thin, like mist dissipating once the sun rises up. My eyes keep flickering over my past view, a spruce tree to the right, about ready to shake its dead weight for the winter's kiss, soon to arise over the forest's true peacefulness. A raven crows aloud as it whisked by my left. Must have saw my gold hoop earring just as I passed through the rays of light, still peering out the spaces in between tree branches, all entangled within one another. Every blink or eclipse sight I take in, the world of night seeps more and more over this day. This last day of my sane dreams come falling back to earth and into a cloak of dark horror. My eyes trace back down the dirt path edged out the Mother Earth's greater green. Clumps of yellowed leaves crumple under these feet of night laced up in a pair of black puma tennis shoes, making a silent patter on the ground, but a rattling storm on these leaves clattered about. I think I'm scared, maybe afraid of something, every turn, howl, and flutter of wings. I curl my lips in a painful, twisting expression of terror. My heart doubles at the motion unseen just before. I want to stop running. I feel like I'm running for my life. I can't stop running. It's depending on my life to keep going. My head's pulsing like a stereo on high volume. My sight is jarring out of time with each step I cry out for, begging to my soul's deepest well of strengths to go on just a few more steps. Only another arc, only another acre of forest. I can't stop for the life of my own or anything to be still and let myself be gripped out of this imperiling hellhole. Drip, drip, drip. Icy droplets rain down on the forest, drizzling over top the air, just like a blanket giving the forest a calming feeling. Even for myself was touched by this, almost making me stop. Almost that. Pelting droplets bubble down the treetops, dousing myself in a cold fire, drenching with every aggressive pounding lunge I shove onwards with aching, every single flick of my heels on the solid block of dirt. Dew smell soon trails up my nose, filling my mind in a calm rain. Rainforests like scene as rich oxygen rushes past my face, sending my lungs a long-awaited awakening from their depleted energy rundown. Moist dirt chunks emanating a pungent aroma of freshly cut grass on a windy day. All around the smells breathe in you, and a rough, earthy smell rolls with the rain soaking deep in the dirt. Too bad I've been too caught up in the pouring rain to notice my lacking of running, to a lazy jog, making my feet flip about like a fish on land. Tripping about the slick mud finally gets to me, altering me of the sudden gravity change. Crap, this is so going to hurt. A leaning sensation pulls me forward, growing the size of the mudbed path into my face, fast approaching it. Lukewarm puddles splashes abruptly at my body falling self. soaking and drowning my jeans and t-shirt in a caked up mess of muddy grass. Jutting images of what just happened pixelate about my mind, flashing in and out of the clear sight back to a narrowing tunnel blur. My heart vibrates on the ground, moving my chest up and down. My eyes feel stretched wide open, a half-crazed, shocked look as my breathing shakes out my throat and a tight grasp heave as my body begs for more, but can't help to provide to the need. My cheeks feel bruised and irritated to the touch of my leather-gloved hands on it. Still no tears ring out my ailing eyes, not a pain to gruel for me, to break down in a withering heap of panicked hurt, iron in. Leafy green grass mix about my tongue, filling my stomach, and an acidic urge to vomit the foul taste shoved in my mouth. Bouts of crushing thuds thrash my body as the world about me bolts out lightning like flashes of red, covering everything, even my hands. All of the seconds blew past my reddening view, and the mind-splitting white noise to come flying into my ears, and the halting blackness to unveil me out of consciousness. All I know for sure out of all that was my lips moving, whispering a phrase. Just for a minute. Just gonna close my eyes. And then the darkness ensnared me, taking with it my insanity's last hope. A lit house stands in the distance. A green door opens right open at the front of the house, shedding a faint silver glow out of it, and illuminates the night sky, covering the sky above me. I feel an impulse towards the light's glow, pulling my feet over one another. Feels right, but not logically right. I turn my face away from that light, yet my feet pursue even more to it. My greatest terror. The glow brims over the sky, taking what was a calm night hour into a blaring headlight out into the night beyond here. Just now, a chilling moan escapes out from somewhere from where the house stands. I'm pretty sure now my eyes are terrified looking, stretched open, basking over my turned eyes, beginning to shadow the lights it shed out. It's making no sense. The world around is moving in a mix-match swirl. I'm going to be sick. My back oozes a hot flash patch down my chilled spine with a wet dredge clinging to my plain forest green t-shirt. Such a nice t-shirt it is. My feet quake in place, finally at a standstill, but oh so terrifying. My right foot has taken the first step up, making my balance waver in a slight twitching pain. Even now I can't help to wonder on how the light is suddenly gone. But that can't be what I think, as the door suddenly lights up once more with something even more unexplainable. Hanging bodies, decomposing sludge sacks dripping with stale brown, once red blood, leaking out, dangling appendages slowly sinking downwards, sagging to the puddles overflooding the doorway. I'm gonna be sick. I cradle my body, rocking about with this vile feeling, vile motion, trying effortlessly to slip out and onto the ground in front of me. The light is flashing too quickly to be a calming sight. My heart is pounding and twisting. I am shaking in a terror. I can't escape the body that's looking up at me. The others moaning at me. I'm scared, but I can't scream. Only stand and watch as the world around me turns a deep crimson. blood splatter right at the center of my mind. No, no, no. I pull my face away from the massacre beginning to shape out, tearing my sights away from the blood, body, and those eyes. Who are they? But that's all I think as my face was splashed with a warmth much like a mother's hug, but this grasp, touch, smelled of a dead kind, finally getting the burning from me to hack out in a violent manner. I pivoted myself at the touch, vomiting my sickness to letting it out. The grasp pulled back, it faltered. Disgusting. And there, in my relief of the ill smell, I fell away, taking with me the sight of my sins. How can I be sorry? Just white appears, and my jolted awakeness, white everything, till it dissipates away to brown, brown like dirt, like graveled rocks, patchy dry grass, and sloshy mud puddles. I'm alive. Why? The ground is leveled with my eyes, so I was sleeping. That was a dream, yet I know it was far from a silly nightmare. My face kind of hurts, but more so it feels moist and paste-like. My eyes blink a few. I put my hands to the odd sensation. Mud was all over my face, covering and smothering me in like a caked-up mask. Gross. Only that wasn't from my lips or mind. Those meaning to be spoken aloud, but nothing resounded. I was silent, hands in my throat, feeling around, checking over a damaged spot or injury, but all I could tell was mud spreading all over my skin as I panicked without voice on this filthy ground. What in the world? Nothing spins, distorts, or bleeds out. So this is real. Why is it really real? This can't be reality. I have no hum to my mouth, no groan or gasp to exclaim in this nightmare come true. Just me laying there. From what I can recapture, I was running scared, pushing myself to aching, gut-wrenching gasp. Still, there is more than just running and afraid in this flashback before my fall. What date and what time? Glimpse back to where I am. It's bright. Maybe afternoon? Or just about to be? It's not close to night. Thank goodness no night. I feel warm rays beaming down my back. But I feel this coating, maybe. Cold dampness around my whole body. What the heck? I pull myself to a sitting position, and my face, still dripping with mud, turns to view the dampness. My clothes, not drenched, but as if I just stood in front of a mister far too long, like the ones at amusement parks. I remember rain. Did it rain as I ran? I can't recall, but surely it did at some point. So nothing unexplainable has happened during it. I'm glad. Not sure why I'm glad. A swift breeze awakens the forest. Quiet shaking of branches rubbing against one another's leaves, letting free this crumpled up red and gold of leaves. If only the sight could stay, just only another moment, and I would be thankful, maybe at peace. But I don't stay with the sight long enough to go to that realization. It is cold for me to be blind to the world. I wish it didn't fall over in the rain, Whenever that was, I should get up, but I feel faint. Why is this so exhausting? This place where I sit is not familiar to me, so I know I'm glad it isn't. That I know is for sure, but I want to be located soon. On the map I have. Do I have it? Why do I have a map? I'll remember soon. It's too early to tell anything from the dream and reality. Taking what views I can for a perspective's sake, I get at my angle, though it's quite limited. I should stand up sometime soon. The sun glitters its rays, reaching all the trees, brushes an earthy soil. Leaves lay far and wide from the trees. And I, a bunched up mess, all alone and apart from everything else. What a force to be here in these slowly dying weeks till winter begins once again. I can't believe only the last time I was awake was this place so hollow and filled with my paranoid fears. Rustling branch sounds as a pair of late traveling birds set out for their south adventures, singing a bright tune just as they intertwined with each other, dancing to their voices overreaching the quick succession of breezes. Again with the breeze, I notice the pile of leaves rushing to a violent beat as the breeze slips past and under them. All is at peace during these sunlit hours, so serene, so particular, yet with all its glory of nature. I feel maybe I want to scream. It's too different, all alone. I'm exhausted with an aching all over, crick in my neck. My eyes feel dry, patchy, and caked with this mud clumps. It hurts. No scream of any kind comes out the sandpaper feeling, just slicing through my throat and my eyes, grating and gritty, this mud. But now I can feel bile rising up in my throat. I'm alone. I'm in immense pain and without a doubt in my mind, done for. Everything's spinning out of reach. No hope, no life, no nothing or darkness. It's all just done for. No way to move forward or back. Just done. And I must await for my untimely demise. There in the deep setted depression, tears leaked out, melting bits of muddy earth off my face. I blink open my eyes and spot something peculiar. My shadow outline faltered, swaying a hard left and then evaporated out of sight. Just gone. Bolting up and crashing back down, I frantically panicked at this sudden sight. But just at a moment, my mind raced over every possible logical explanation. Light unveiled everything. White, pure snow-colored light illuminated my eyes. So bright. Too bright to stare around its neon glow burning against my eyes, to even more hellfire heat, to the very core of my eye sockets. Then a sound, melodramatic as it seemed at the very second, to think my thoughts as it went bright and burning. But that was all I could handle as it all turned bizarre. Just as that thought filtered past my subconscious, heading cracking, blaring explosions of sound, hollering at my ringing ears, belting and from a glass bottle just shattered in a streaming cascade on a high volume. My teeth clamped down, bringing a crunching chomp on my lips, ripping the flesh. Warmth dribbled, oozed out as I clamped my jaw down tighter. What in the world was I writing? What is this? I mean, for starters, the amount of words. Ugh. I did not understand the concept of less is more. Good gosh. This couldn't have been from third grade. This couldn't be from elementary. I don't know about middle school. I mean, I'm looking at the handwriting, but then how it's written, but then it's terrifying to admit that. Ooh, I don't know when I wrote this, but I don't know where I was going with this. I didn't even leave myself notes to what the heck this plot is. What we could even summarize from this. Very specifically, a person in a forest green t-shirt wearing Puma shoes running in a forest, and then they start getting distracted, and then they fall in the mud, and then they wake up in like an acid trip dream where some kind of foreshadowing is supposed to be happening. Maybe they killed people, or they saw death, or maybe they can see dead people. I don't know. I mean, this seems pretty much the beginnings of a very cringy novel, because that was just a lot of stupidness. I mean, I was hoping maybe I left myself a note to understand where I was going. Well, that's it. Meh. Maybe I'll figure it out, but at this point, I'm just gonna tear this out and keep it here so I can figure out what the heck. Meh. Well, bye.